Hi, my name is Candeline from class 12A, and today I will take you for a creative ride to the art of origami. First, let us understand with what origami means. Origami, also known as paper folding, is an art of making objects out of paper to make 3D or 2D subjects. Origami is associated with Japanese culture and is derived from the Japanese words oru, which means to fold, and kami, which means paper. The main goal of origami is to transform square sheets of paper into sculptures through the techniques of folding and sculpting. One of the most classic designs of the Japanese origami is the Japanese paper crane. The paper crane, also known as the orizuru, is a design that is considered as one of the most classic of all of Japanese origami. In the Japanese culture, it is also believed that its wings carry souls up to paradise and is a representation of the Japanese red-crowned crane. The crane is a symbol of success and good fortune in the Japanese culture, and it is believed that if a crane is made out of the techniques of origami, then one can achieve their heart's desire. Now, there is a story behind the Japanese paper crane. It is about a girl named Sadako Sasaki. She was a girl who had leukemia from the time she was 12. She made a goal that she would make around 1,000 cranes so that she could heal herself. Midway, she changed this desire to heal the world instead of herself. She then continued making 1,000 paper cranes for world peace and harmony until one day she passed away. She was then buried in the wreath of 1,000 paper cranes that she and her classmates made. She is forever memorized at the Hiroshima Peace Park, where a statue of her stands draped with 1,000 paper cranes, so that her message of world peace can never be forgotten. From this time on, Japanese youngsters, as well as youngsters all around the world, believe that if they make 1,000 paper cranes, then they can achieve something that is present in their heart. Now, let us get into the types of origami. There are various types of origami present. One of them is called modular origami. The modular origami is a type of origami where similar identical pieces are assembled together to make one model. Now, it may be easy to make the identical parts, but assembling them together is a very stressful procedure. An example of the modular type of origami is a decorative ball. The next type of origami is wet folding. This technique of origami is involved with producing models with curves rather than flat surfaces or geometric folds. The paper is made wet so that it can be molded easily and it keeps its shape when it's dry. The third type of origami is called pure land origami. This type of origami is restricted to using only mountain and valley folds. The folds have to have straightforward locations. The next type of origami is kirigami. Kirigami is a Japanese term which means paper cutting. This type of technique was used in traditional origami and is not used in modern day origami. Modern day origami has made paper cutting an unnecessary job and they just prefer folding the paper and making the designs. The last type of origami is called strip folding. This type of origami has a combination of two origami techniques. One is paper folding and the other is paper weaving. Now, this type of origami has a very famous origami design called the lucky star. Just like how the paper crane had a story behind it, the lucky star also has a story behind it. It is about a Japanese girl named Hoshi who loved stars. She especially adored falling stars. Falling stars were seen as a precious thing as It is believed that if one wishes upon a falling star, then their wish will be fulfilled. Hoshi loved this concept and she loved how pretty the falling stars looked. One night, she saw many falling stars and feared that they would disappear forever. So she went home and grabbed paper and a jar and started making stars out of paper and filling the jar. With each fallen star, she made a paper star. She believed that making a paper star would save a fallen star. So the paper stars would be lucky stars. She shared this idea with her friends, and many loved it. So they passed it on to their children, and since then, the Japanese folded lucky origami stars and placed them in jars. They gave them to their loved ones with best wishes and good luck. I hope this documentary on the art of origami was fun and informative.